When did you feed him?
I have to check my app.
Guys, Maggie's going out to the gym right now. I'm so happy.
An hour and 33 minutes ago.
Yeah, give me a time. I don't know what that means.
11:57.
So 12 o'clock. So soon we'll be due. Maggie's gonna chill. Are you nervous?
No.
I'm putting Instagram right now. She's all ready. Bye, babe.
Bye.
She's leaving the boys here. She's gonna go to the gym first, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. Bye, babe. Bye.
Turn to go to the gym.
Guys, it's my turn. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. Actually, he was crying. I fed him, changed his diapers like twice, 2-3 times. I'm about to go to the gym now. Leg workout's going down. I'm gonna film today for you guys. I'm gonna film, I don't care. Leg day, squats coming down. 4 sets of 6. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another update on my training. As many of you guys have known, you know, Maggie and I, we had our baby, Noah James. He's here. He's occupying a lot of our time right now. So today I'm actually slowly getting back into my workout routine, at least more consistently. So during the week that Noah was born, I was pretty much not eating as much as I was supposed to. So I pretty much lost some, I would say some density due to just eating out and just not sleeping enough. But now it's time for me to get back on track. So today I'm going to show you a footage of a lower day workout. So I was on a push-pull legs workout for quite some time. I think from like January till like Noah was born. So the good thing about the push-pull legs that I noticed was that it gave me a lot of frequency. I did progress a lot. However, the only thing that was tough was recovery because of, you know, preparing for Noah's arrival. So which means there are times where I would skip my rest days and I would just go on like 5 days straight and my body would just wreck. So currently, because Noah's here now, I don't have the luxury of going to the gym as quite often. So I am still running a 5 to 6 day workout plan. So I'm running a upper, lower, and then instead of doing push-pull legs, I'm doing a back, shoulders / one extra chest work, and also I'm doing quads and adductors, and then I'm doing chest and arms, and then I'm doing hamstrings and glutes. So this way I figured, like, if I break it up 6 days, it'll give me enough time to rest and also enough time to hit more frequency and also more volume on the parts that I really need to work on, because that's just one of my weaker points. Hamstrings, glutes, chest. So we start off, today was a little bit different because on a lower day I typically usually start off with squats. However, when I got to the gym, the squat rack was taken, so I had to switch it up because I can't afford to just wait around at the gym. So I start off with deadlifts. As you guys seen before, I already did some warm-up. Instead of doing my typical 4 sets of 7 for my second block, I actually lowered the reps to 4 sets of 6. Again, I haven't deadlifted in a long time. 3 plates when I was warming up felt pretty heavy, but actually I was able to work with 3 plates and a quarter per side for 4 sets of 6 reps. I was actually pretty happy with the sets. Technique wise, my hips wasn't sitting too low. I was actually firing pretty quick. There's a lot of variables. It could be the fact that I'm actually doing these first instead of second compared to how I usually do these after my heavy squats. So as you can see, first set felt good. So I added back on, I added 110 per side. So I'm doing 3 plates and 35 pounds on each side. You know, one thing I noticed is that because of everything, because of the inconsistency of training, of doing squats and sumos, it doesn't feel as fluid as they used to. So what I'm saying is that every time I do get back to it, I have to kind of like taper down a certain percentage just to kind of get my groove back. So when I was doing these like consistently, I was doing like, you know, 4 plates for like 10 reps, 4 plates and a quarter for 7, 5 plates for 5. But ever since like towards the end, I would say like early June to like the whole summer, I was still working out legs, but I wasn't really doing barbell squats because I didn't have the time. And also it was mentally exhausting, meaning like I was just kind of drained. I just never felt like doing it. So I would always do like hack squats, you know, other movements for the quads instead. Don't get me wrong, it felt great when I did the legs. My quads actually grew a little bit, But you know, during this off season, I figured I have to get back to basics, back to the compound movements. So here I'm actually doing, I had to force myself for this leg session, because I've been so busy with the baby and helping out Maggie. Like, it's actually hard for me to leave sometimes when I do get the chance to leave. But I was actually honestly glad that I was able to leave the house and just push the workout. So you know, can't complain for the weights I'm moving, for just getting back into it. As you can see, I'm actually tightening up retracting my shoulder blades and just tightening up my back. Everything feels good right here. I'm really pleased. After, I would say, like my third block, which is 3 sets of 10, instead of 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, I'll slowly increase the weights and start overloading again. I do think nutrition wise, I do need to eat more food. Right now I'm hovering about 178, 180 pounds. Current macros are 70 to 75 grams of fats, 475 grams of carbs, and 230 grams of protein. I would like to bump up my protein a little bit higher before I mini cut. I am planning a mini cut in February. As you can see, like, you know, I feel kind of skinny still. Like, I definitely put on some size, but it's not as much size as I would like. So next movement, squats. Every time I do squats, I have to kind of like warm up just to kind of get my groove. It's been a long time, and those of you guys that haven't barbell squatted in a long time, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Just trying to get the groove of things, making sure you're doing the movement safely, because you never want to risk any setback injuries. So here I am warming up with a plate. I'm still trying to get up to my acclimating sets. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it felt kind of uncomfortable, like, meaning like not as fluid. I mean, it has been a long time, but you know, just, you know, kind of thinking back, this was one of my dominant movements. So one thing I noticed is that, like, I'll shoot up too fast. So after watching the videos, after each set I performed, I'll kind of cue myself to slow it down a little bit, just to be more controlled and to focus more attention on the quads to help it grow. I do feel that my hamstrings kind of lost some size, because that's the first thing I noticed when I decided to go back to the gym. My shorts were a little bit more loose. They used to be more snug, and watching my old videos before Noah was here, I was actually like super plumped. But it's alright, you know, it's part of the journey where, you know, sometimes there's other focus in life that we have to focus on. So here, this is going to be, I'm still working towards the working set. You know, I'm slowly acclimating, because this is those movements where, especially when you're taking time off for a long time, you want to really take your time. So that wasn't my best rep or best set, but for the time being, it's something I'm okay with working towards it. So as you guys can see, I would like to sit back a little bit more, just have less butt wink at the bottom. So that's something I'm gonna be focusing on the next time I'm gonna do squats, the next time I do deadlifts. That's pretty much everything I'm really always trying to work on. And this is one of those movements where, you know, the technique is an art. You can always get better. No matter how experienced you are, sometimes we just gotta get our groove back. So right here, we're doing 2 plates and a quarter. So I'm still kind of warming up. After that first set, I typically like to have another set to warm up, just to make sure I can go up. So the goal was 4 sets of 6. So I want to make sure that everything's all good, you know. So right now, if you notice, I slowed down my tempo a little bit, because after watching the video, I just noticed I'm shooting up a little bit too fast. A little too fast for my taste, at least. I know it's an explosive movement, but for me, I like to feel it on the quads and make sure just I feel what I'm trying to target, and not just move the weight too fast. Here, that felt okay, so I threw on 10 pounds per side. You know, I used to be able to do 3 plates for like 3 sets of 10 reps. So this is really a back off set, meaning like this is like a drop in percentages and weight wise, but do not mistake it. I'm still getting a really good quality workout, because my legs, my quads are not used to that weight load. It's not used to the workload, because I'm so used to doing hack squats, and just every time you rotate new exercise into the movement, you're gonna have to start from the bottom again, just to get your groove back. And no matter what weight you work with, you're going to feel it working, because it's something new. You know, you could say it's one of those like muscle shock effects. So here, we're going in. The depth is good. I just wish I kind of broke earlier, the parallel, so I don't have that butt wink. But again, that's going to be something I'm going to be working on. You know, today's days, so one of my goals now at the gym is to work out as quickly as possible. So meaning I can't take as long as a rest as I used to. Lower days were always really heavy, really long for me back then. It was really long and taxing because I'm doing 2 big compound movements and it's heavy weights, so you have to really recover. But one thing that's a trade-off for me right now, but hey, listen, as long as I'm able to squat and deadlift, I'll take that over to not doing it, because over the years I would say the squats and deads really helped me develop my physique. That's one thing I noticed for my my lower back, my last season, where it wasn't as dense as it was like back in my first season. And that's because like as I got older, I tried to like drift it away from deadlifting, because I did get hurt back in 2017 with my tailbone, and it was pretty brutal, meaning like I couldn't bend over, I couldn't squat, I couldn't do deadlift, I couldn't do leg press. So after that, I'm just really trying to be extra careful right now. What else is happening right now? So with the baby, I've been trying to gain more of my food back in rotation, meaning like I'm choosing the basic food, basic carb sources, and you know, I've been hitting my macros, I would say at least 5 out of 7 days. It is summer here, and we are still trying to go out, and you know, we've been having a lot of visitors, as you guys can see from my other vlogs. People has been coming to visit us, which we're very fortunate. Next movement, I did try to do hip thrusts, and I always program hip thrusts during the past on my lower day, and it just never happened because setting up was such a hassle. So I decided to throw in 2 sets of RDLs in, just to work on the hamstrings and glutes, just to beef them up a little bit more. So I do like these. I've seen guys doing these super heavy, and again, I'm starting light just to kind of get the groove of things, because I haven't done RDL in a long time, you know. So right now, this is in the second set, a plate and a quarter. It felt pretty good. So with this, I try to hit around 6 to 10 reps, nothing too high, nothing too low. But I do try to overload them a little bit. I know this is not a lot of weight for a lot of people, but for me, this is actually a lot, because coming from a guy that haven't programmed these in for a long time, these are just really good for me. Like, you know, it just really helps me out a lot, and that's just what I really need, honestly. So after the RDLs, I typically try to do a little calves, which I didn't film because that's pretty boring. I also jump into the leg extensions. On my lower day, I try to do 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. Just more nice and controlled, squeeze at the top for the quads. And again, I felt like these really helped me a lot during the last 2 years. Just to really, you actually see, it's pretty cool to see the movements of the muscle while doing these, like staying focused on the tension. So a lot of people at the gym, they usually just kick their knees out and they forget to squeeze their quads, and as you can see, just the feeling is totally different. So I definitely kept these in. I didn't put in any leg press because my body has been, it's pretty taxed after doing squats, deadlift, RDLs. So pretty much I try to do some isolation movements, some more machine work, just to kind of give my body that break that it needs. And pretty much after this, I typically do my adductors and abductors. And again, in the past, my programming has been pretty long. By the time I get to those movements, I'm like super taxed. So not doing hip thrusts really kind of helped out a lot. You know, RDL is much easier setup, and doing 2 sets is better than doing 3 sets. So if you catch my drift, it's a little trade-off, but right now I just have to work on my consistency and just try to bring it up. So pretty much we have 1 more set, and again that day going back into Powerhouse, it was nice to see familiar faces. You know, everybody was congratulating me and Maggie on the baby, and you know, as you can see, composition is still there, which is good, but I do like to be a little bit heavier before I start cutting. So I think I have about like a good few months left, especially with the help of the holidays. But one thing I did notice is my appetite isn't as high due to the high volume of food and the high calories right now. So the goal for me now is to just really take my time. Make sure I work out when I can, and if I can't, it's okay, because there were a few times where I was programmed to work out, and I just took a day off just because I want to be with the family, and it's perfectly fine. I just feel like other consistency with eating is a huge factor, because I feel like if I was to train and not eat, I'm still gonna lose. I'm not gonna have that full look, and what I'm looking for now is to build muscle and have that fuller look, and not to be too skinny. But that's it for this lower day session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully the next time I film a lower day session for you guys, you'll see me lift a little bit heavier, a little bit better techniques. At least that's what I'm hoping for myself. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.